Every year, thousands of girls between the ages of 4 and 18 go missing globally. They vanish due to exploitation, family conflicts, and trafficking, creating a quiet, persistent crisis in neighborhoods worldwide. This timeline tracks the methodology of those disappearances. Historically, the primary threat was physical abduction by strangers. Now, as the curve on the right illustrates, extractions are increasingly driven by digital and psychological manipulation. If we break down that modern curve, specific vectors emerge. The data points to organized human trafficking, the proliferation of false job and educational offers, and the constant threat of online predators grooming targets on social media and gaming platforms. Smartphones provide predators with a direct, unmonitored channel into what was previously a child's private environment. Isolated parental monitoring is mathematically insufficient to counter these risks. No single guardian can track every app, message, and peer interaction against a distributed 24/7 network of digital threats. To mount an effective defense, we have to look at this model, the concentric circles of safety. It is a structured, interlocking system that relies on personal, family, and community protocols working together simultaneously. Protecting vulnerable children requires moving past isolated panic toward a unified, multi-layered protocol where every layer of the circle knows exactly what to watch for. The innermost circle of this model is the individual child. The baseline of defense begins by equipping girls with clear, practical self-protection principles before they ever encounter a threat. Those foundational rules include identifying safe adults in public spaces, using the buddy system when traveling, refusing rides or gifts from unknowns, and learning to trust their own instincts when a situation feels wrong. This diagram illustrates the second circle, the family. By establishing a strict digital protocol, using robust parental controls, and regularly reviewing social media privacy settings, the family acts as a boundary layer that filters anonymous data before it reaches the child. But digital filters are not a complete solution. When a threat slips through, parents must watch for physical warning signs, such as sudden behavioral shifts, frequent attempts to leave the house unannounced, or intense secrecy regarding screens. Digital red flags are even more specific. These include a child possessing unexplained money or gifts, or discussing plans to meet online friends in the real world. To counter this, parents must actively teach the danger of sharing personal information online while establishing daily check-in routines so a child feels safe reporting suspicious contacts. By combining digital barriers with active behavioral observation, the family functions as a diagnostic filter, catching anomalies before they escalate into physical risks. Security at home remains vital, but its impact is limited when a child enters public environments that lack comparable safety protocols. This brings us to the third circle, the environment. Schools bear heavy structural responsibilities, such as maintaining secure entry and exit procedures, and establishing transparent, accessible reporting systems for the students themselves. Education systems also have an educational mandate, running regular safety workshops, and teaching digital literacy to give students the analytical tools needed to spot online grooming tactics early. Zooming out further brings us to this macro network map, representing the outermost ring, the community. By building strong relationships, neighbors, schools, and businesses connect to form a solid perimeter that eliminates blind spots. Predators target communities with fractured communication. When they fail to share information, gaps allow threats to bypass defenses. Patching those gaps requires organizing local child safety awareness groups, supporting school-based programs, and committing to immediately report any suspicious neighborhood activity to local authorities. A connected community transforms passive observation into an active defense, significantly reducing the blind spots that predators rely on to exploit vulnerable youth. If a child goes missing, the priority immediately shifts from prevention to crisis response. The physical emergency protocol must launch instantly. Contact local police, provide recent identification records, and mobilize the entire community network to begin the search. This digital forensics document highlights a critical step, preserving the digital footprint. Every chat log, timestamp, and device history must remain untouched for investigators. Because modern exploitation relies heavily on online grooming, A pristine digital record is often the most effective tool authorities have to track IP addresses and intercept predators before they cross jurisdictions. Zooming back out to the macro-societal level, every missing child represents a failure of our collective safety circles. The vulnerability of one child highlights the importance of the entire network's integrity. Families, educators, NGO leaders, and authorities must implement these interlocking guidelines. Establish the digital rules at home, mandate the safety workshops in schools, and build neighborhood communication networks. Protecting the next generation requires a sustained commitment to overlapping layers of vigilance from every member of society.